Welcome to the kitchen. Hey guys, hey YouTube friends, hey subscribers. Hi guys.
It's your girl Sana Kibz
and your girl Chi-Chi,
and we are filming our very first mukbang. Those of you who don't know what a mukbang is, it's basically when you eat food while broadcasting a video, and we will be bringing you a mukbang / cookbang. So
yes, this mukbang is going to be action-packed. It's going to be an African Nigerian cuisine mukbang, so it's going to be extra special. Handmade dishes. We're going to actually have rice and soup. We're going to have okra soup. We're going to have eba. We're going to have plantain, moi moi, the whole nine.
yeah.
So it's going to be really great, and we're going to have a lot of conversation and discussions while we're cooking and while we're eating. So y'all stay tuned, and we're going to try to show you as much of the meal as possible, as well as the preparation. But if you need like help with the actual recipe, go ask your mama, because this is like a passed down recipe.
This is going to be mainly showing you guys cooking quickly, eating, discussing, and just having a mukbang.
Yes, so stay tuned, keep it locked, and go make something and eat with us. By the music is DJ Nani's new Afrobeat mixtape, so go ahead and download that. I will be leaving the link somewhere in this video at some point later on in this.
It's recording.
I get money to blow. Alright, so this is a holy Baba. It's not the one that's good. This is done. I just have to get thicker. I'm about to boil us some nice white rice, and everybody makes white rice differently, even though it's white rice. So you want to walk us through like what your method is and why, maybe?
So some people really rinse all of the white rice until it's clear, but you don't know that you're washing away all the vitamins and nutrients. So what I do is I put the rice in the pot, and then I probably do one wash, and then I put maybe 2 inches of water above the rice. I put it on the stove for about 10 minutes, re-rinse it, and then put another fresh water on top with butter and some salt and maybe some adobo, and let it cook. And that's how I create my white rice.
What's happening?
Put it inside.
DJ Nani on the ones and twos. What are you gonna do? Oh. Wow. This looks and smells amazing. Sana, you want to walk us through what we got here?
Okay, so starting from this side, we have eba, and we're going to eat it with an okra stew. Absolutely amazing. Then we have white rice. We have our vegetables. You must always have that. Corn, shrimp, and broccoli. Then we have our spicy red stew.
What I'm going to do is take a little bit of this and put it in my plate so I could just comfortably eat and not be reaching all over the place. So I'm probably going to just take half so that Sana can have the other half.
This is mine.
Yeah. Well, now that the bowl's empty, you can eat in the bowl or... Okay, so that's my stew. Then, I'm going to take some eba. I'll just take that for now and I'll grab some more as I finish. I think we need some more.
Probably going to start with some rice and then work my way down.
Sorry. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, so, and I will put my rice just in my regular dish.
And it's okay to make a mess, people.
Alright, let me not get this much. Even though this is a mukbang and I'm supposed to stuff myself, let me stuff myself with sense because we have a lot going on here. I need another serving spoon.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the rice.
And I'm gonna actually try to sneak over here. I'm just gonna get a side of veggies. This looks banging, Sana, like.
I don't know how I can let you see this
In my hand.
She likes her rice with a bit of crunch, but I like my rice very, very tender, so I can just swallow it as I'm eating it. But
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. If you're African, I know you're salivating because this right here, it looks as good as it smells, and I'm sure
I have to
it
send
tastes.
this picture to my MCM just to kind of get him, you know, feeding for some food.
And this right here will do the trick.
I'm taking a picture of yours because mine is just like a little girl's plate.
And mine's what, a grown man's plate?
Yours is a grown man's plate. And, like, my stomach won't even know where to begin.
Sure.
So I have to,
Like when I go to buffets, I try to like stack everything on my plate at
see,
once.
I'm always the one
So
that's
you go back and forth?
yeah.
No, I
really get my house.
This your
It fills your stomach up. But at the same time, a lot of people ask me like, what are tips to stay in shape and all that blah blah. And I really don't have any tips because I'm not a dieter or I don't exercise. But if you drink water while you eat, it fills you up, so you're less likely to fill yourself up with all the things on your plate and more likely to just feel full and content and then go after your food later. So maybe it is helpful to, let me just try that. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Banging. Banging.
You know we even have chicken in the stew, we have chicken in the raw farm.
Banging.
Alright, I'm gonna start with the eba, which you eat with your hands. And I'm gonna, oh my, ooh, God. No. Seriously, Sana?
It's banging.
Like, I know you don't want to eat eba on camera because that's why you're not doing this.
What? Please, I'm human at the end of the day. I'm a human being just like everybody else.
My God.
But I like to start my palate off with one cuisine and then move on to the next one. She's gonna throw everything
Wait,
down.
we'll stop.
So I'm gonna try our
I'm
stew.
trying to like snap.
Trying the okay.
Snap
so try
everything
that.
as we're recording our mukbang. But I'm literally, yay, check. Lit, right? Snap everything as we're recording our mukbang.
So, what do you think about the dish so far?
I'm so happy that I like, you know, when you taste your own food and it's good, it's like I'm so happy that like I've achieved like, okay, cooking. Can you cook? I can confidently say like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because before I was like, I'm kind of shaky, but now like, or I would only cook for myself. But then I got to the point where I could like cook a meal for somebody. It's like, okay, I'm kind of secure in that. So,
Yeah.
now as an African girl, I mean, once you've graduated school, if you can't cook, you're basically useless.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Like when you're okay, we're both Nigerian. She's Igbo, I'm Yoruba. 2 different tribes in Nigeria, but we're all one. And mainly when guys talk to you, they want to hear you say that you know how to cook, because they think about their pockets, they think about their stomachs,
their mama,
they think about their children and who you're gonna feed.
their homeboys, even, you know what
Like,
boys are. They're like,
exactly, like when they come over, like, are you gonna be able to, you know, feed my friends, and will they go back and talk? So it's very important as an African and just as a woman, period, to just
be able to sway in the kitchen.
know how to cook. So I'm learning still on my own how to cook all these different types of Nigerian cuisines, but I have gotten better over the years, and I know that, you know, practice makes perfect. The more and more you do something and you taste it and you know different seasonings and, you know, you have friends tell you the truth, then you'll get better. So, bon appetit.
Yeah. There's fried fish in this thing here, and I'm trying to monitor the bone activity so I don't choke myself. Damn. I wish I had a man over here to impress. I mean, as a Jew, we could have Wendy's.
Like, just take a seat, grab a plate, and just be in the background, just commending us.
Son, and there's not really a neat way to eat fufu with soup. Like, you just grab a peach, like this, for example, mold it, and you want to put like a dimple in it. And I love eba because it has texture, so it really like coats the soup. But you make a little dimple like that, and you just like tunnel your way in there. Find a piece of meat or fish or something to put in the center, and then the soup will kind of just lay to it. If it's good stew, it'll just lay there and.
And one thing also about being African, everybody kind of has rice in their fridge.
Yeah.
They don't have rice. Like, you can ask your mom to take you to like Wendy's. She's gonna be like, there's rice.
There's rice at home.
Like, if there's rice in the fridge, like, you're good to go. And the glory about having, you know, rice as your, I guess what they call like the
go-to meal.
Yeah, the go-to meal. You can do any stew with the rice. So that's also pretty dope. So if I didn't want this red stew, I could have done like a goosey. I could have done
even this. I would,
yeah.
Another day without the red stew, I would eat my river soup right on top of my white rice. Trust me, it's delicious.
And best believe all of this is super healthy. Like, the African diet is absolutely healthy because we use nothing but natural ingredients. We use vegetables, we use fresh meats, we bake our chicken. Sometimes we fry, but like usually just bake our chicken, we boil our meats. Everything's just fresh, like it's made fresh. If you have a big family, they usually crush it that same day. And because a lot of African moms like literally cook every single day because their families are huge. But you know, this kind of meal could probably last you maybe like 2 or 3 days, and then you have to recook a meal, and it's like it's like extremely healthy for you. And the taste, like, you can't beat the taste.
All right, I need more juice. I'm full, really, and I hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang. We're gonna still keep chit-chatting as we continue to stuff ourselves, but you guys definitely got the basic premise of like a Nigerian dish. We kind of combined 2 into 1. So usually you could probably just have this as one dish, a vegetable side, white rice and stew, or eba and soup. But because we're mukbanging today, we we forgot the watermelon. I don't even think I have room for a bite.
That's for dessert.
Girl, I'm already there.
You gotta eat this first. Oh no, it's like water, so that's not
92% water, so it's basically like drinking a cup of something else.
Well, I don't know if you guys caught my favorite all-time Nigerian dish, but
Let me rinse my hands.
I absolutely love hearty jollof rice.
Pati rice.
Pati rice.
Pati rice, that's what they call
With like really great tasting ripened dodo, which is fried plantain, and like baked chicken. I can literally eat that every day for like 2 weeks straight and not even think twice about it. I love stews and stuff, but like jollof rice is like my go-to when it comes to
solid.
Just a solid. But if I want to have a whole cuisine, then it has to be like the stew that I'm eating today, the chicken red stew. Just tastes to perfection. I have to taste the red peppers, and I have to taste the onions and the tomato, and with the flavors from all the seasonings when they come together,
delish.
Like
delish.
Pizza Hut, who?
What?
Domino's, where?
Wendy's, where? Bitch, what? Bitch, bye.
So
Bitch, bye.
to eat African food, you cannot be proper. You can't be cute with it. You gotta just indulge. Use your fingers, suck on them.
Crack the bone. You see, when you see your mom cracking the bone marrow. And think about African dishes, like American dishes, you can have like a slice of pizza, like a sandwich. But these dishes kind of go with something. They have to have sides. Like I don't think I've ever grown up eating like rice without like baked chicken or plantain or a vegetable on the side of it. Just because the beauty of our meal is the colors, it's the combination. So we don't just have like, okay, rice, and then like that's completely it on the plate. It literally will always look this beautiful if your mama, you know. But most Nigerian people, that's how we're raised, that's how we're growing up. So it's not really just like specific to our families. I think in general, Nigerian mothers cook lots of food when they cook for their families. It's like a really big thing, food and cooking for your family and just this gathering.
They come together. Like this is the most important meal. Is the ones that the families come together and just eat together and just share. Because it's like no matter how many times I eat this dish, it's gonna always remind me of my childhood. It's gonna always remind me of home. Like I can eat Pizza Hut. I can eat Pizza Hut and like not even remember
where you were,
where I was when I first had it. But it's just like when I eat these meals, it reminds me of my culture. It reminds me of home. It reminds me of being Nigerian. It reminds me of just having that sense of heritage, and it's been passed down from generation to generations. Like everybody, I mean, people have their twist on like cooking these meals, but like they're like maybe only 5 ways to make red stew and maybe only 2 ways to make eba. So it's just like these combinations have been passed down from like ancient times.
Thank you, mama.
So, thank you, mama. Thank you, grandmama. Thank you, great grandmama.
I know, right?
It's kind of special. Like it just reminds
me. Like you first person ever who blended okra and decided to like put this together.
What is this? Soupy stuff. No, I think
a lot of Nigerian dishes, the trifecta, red pepper, tomato, onion. If you start with those 3 things, you'll land in a good destination. If you just dump rice into it, you got jollof rice. If you put it on the side, you have rice and stew. You put yam in it, you have yam porridge. You put beans in it, you have, you know, so it's kind of just like a quintessential base to start like most of our dishes. Even bread, if you give me bread now, deep I eat. So
one of my mom's favorite snacks.
So
bread.
We didn't boil egg. I'm thinking of all the snacks that Nigerians like to add. Boiled egg is usually one of my favorite little that I like to add, but you know, I feel like that'll be just too much for today because we had so much going on. But yeah, boiled egg is definitely something I always add. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I wanted to talk also about guys, because talking about young ladies, we're making this dish, we're trying to show our friends, show our fans, show our families that we paid attention basically. Because sometimes I know mom's like, were you listening to all those songs I was telling you to come into the house and come inside when I was watching Arthur and trying to watch Zoom, and she was in the kitchen trying to tell me to come watch and I wasn't. But yeah, mommy, I was paying attention. But for the very reason to basically please your husband one day, I guess that's the reason why we learned to cook, is to raise our families properly and to give them good meals like this. So I think one of the things young women think about most, I guess, when it comes to guys, is probably like how to please them, and not like at all in the sexual realm of things, but just like showing him that you're a good catch, I guess, womanly, motherly, maternalistic, domestic, and I think all those things guys, well, I would hope that guys are looking at those things. I think bottle girls and all those type of genres of girls have kind of desensitized young guys to what a real girl should be like, or what a real girl's focus should be, because most girls now are like, all right, 30-inch weave and Louboutins and a Michael Kors watch, and let's go
and I don't have to do anything else anymore.
Right, like they don't know you have to blend and boil and chop and clean chicken. Like I don't know if it's the last of a dying breed, or maybe just what we're seeing, what we're force-fed in the media is just that type of girl. So it's like sometimes you're in the house doing this stuff and you feel like an old lady, but it's like, no, this is what it is to be a woman. This is a piece of being a woman, to be able to make meals like this and share experiences and moments like this. But
I feel like with the age and of social media, like nothing is like no one is biting their tongue anymore. Like however they see things is what they're saying. So clearly, like there's someone in the world that's not cooking. And that's why some men was like, some women don't cook.
To not
like if they're not cooking. So it's just like some women start to feel like, you know, feminism and like, you know, we're supposed to have the same kind of gender roles. But it's just like at the end of the day, the same people who are saying that are also the same people that are complaining that men are no longer opening the doors for them.
Chivalry
and men
is
are
dead.
Yeah, chivalry is dead. And I'm just like, but if you're doing your part as a woman, like a man should see that and want to step up to the plate and do his part. Be the person who provides security, be the person who is like, you know, the leader of the home, and also just make sure that you know that you're loved and that you're adored for being the type of woman that you are. Like not a lot of women know how to do hair, their own hair. Not a lot of women know how to
clean.
Not how to clean. Let's talk about hair. Yeah, like clean.
Forget about intricate. Like some girls can't clean or don't see the need to be able to not have to walk by something a million times. Like, who are you waiting to come do it?
And don't worry, we're staying clean, but this whole entire place will be spick and span. Like
I think we can get a break, you know, for this kind of mess. But
it's like
another question I wanted to segue, because that was a really awesome point you just made. When like women, or I guess when girls, young women, young females, we meet guys, and then the first thing in our head is, you know, obviously trying to impress them, trying to show them our qualities. But I guess my question is maybe when it's too much, or how much is too much to show. Like if you meet a guy and obviously you like him more than just the first couple of whatever weeks, and you're actually interested in this person, and you're at the point where you're trying to start to show him the qualities necessary to make the bigger decision, how much do you do? Because I always see these quotes on one hand that say, don't do things for a boyfriend unless he's your husband, or don't let a man make
don't show wifey like qualities.
Yeah, don't bring the cow. Don't give him the cow for free when you got the milk. Or however those stupid quotes go. And then on the other hand, it's like, how am I supposed to show this guy that I'm a great candidate if I don't start cooking and cleaning and nurturing and loving and kissing? Like,
don't mind them. They stay single. You have to show him. Like, I'm not gonna want a man that doesn't show me that he's gonna be a great husband.
Right.
Like when you start doing that, the gender roles are changing. Where it's like, women feel the need to, I'm not going to show him my wifey qualities until he put a ring on it. I'm not.
Is he ever going to put a ring on it if he doesn't know? Like, it's such a catch-22.
Like, show me that you deserve the ring. The same thing with men. Like, I want to make sure that you are going to be a great father. You're going to be a great husband one day. So show me those qualities as well. Show me that you're a leader, that you're a provider, that you're a protector. And it's just like,
I'll show you that I'm a nurturer, a mother. I can sew and knit and cook and, you know, all those good things that women are supposed to be known to do. Like, yeah, we have those out-of-the-box females who are heroes, who can ride Harley Davidsons and fix cars. We're not saying that this is impossible to have gender roles, but we're just saying it shouldn't be the common denominator now for women to want to think like a man. Why can't you think like a woman and be respected like a woman and be treated like a woman, and vice versa? Why do you have to think like a man to be successful and to be happy or to be strong?
We're not saying you're weak. We're not saying
the last thing in the world, a woman and weak is almost an oxymoron. Do you know what childbirth? Do you know menstrual cycle? Weak is not even, weak is it's an oxymoron to put weak and women in the same sentence.
Or doormat. We're not saying that.
But at the same time, it's like, let a man be a man. Let him have that masculinity. Let him have that say-so. And that also means you can have your roles too. But, I mean, there are men taking women's roles too. Not to say the stay-at-home dads, that's not a woman's role. That's you taking care of your kid. But there are men out there now who are Bruce Jennering.
Who are
Bruce Jennering. And I can't even say too much because we're living in a world where I'm the one who's insensitive. If I talk about how unwilling I am to understand some of the things that are happening. Let me try to be as politically correct as possible. But But yeah, there's a lot going on in this world, let me tell you. A lot going on in this world.
I actually posted a snap yesterday, and I was just like, you know, the media focuses so much on like people like the Kardashians, and like they glorify strippers now, and hoes are winning, and it's just like
so much so like it's become cool. Like when did it become cool to be a hoe?
And so when people like Ayesha Curry speaks up and says like, why is it okay to overly sexualize your bodies? Everybody's like, what? Right. But it's like, what is she saying that's
right?
That doesn't make sense.
When did it stop becoming normal that we have to be shocked that she's talking about conservatism? Like, I don't understand where we've gotten as a people that like normal morals and values are now like what we look back at, and you know, oh, I'm gonna wear this ass out, nipple out dress, and it's like, oh yeah, girl, go. Like, when did that become so normal to us?
When I scan through Instagram sometimes, I'll just look at the pictures that are posted, and I'm like, do they no longer check the rules and regulations? Like, does Instagram no longer care that nipples are being
I
sold?
wonder.
I mean, I get like it's an art, and I guess freedom of expression, but it's like at the same time, where are your values? Where are your morals? And when do you stop to think like, what if my child sees this later on?
Speaking of that,
and like how are they gonna feel when they see mommy overly exposed? And is that okay?
I don't think it is. And like, speaking of that, this past week a video went viral of this young girl, and I think body art and body painting is like a craze right now, so it's really popular. But there was this young lady in the middle of 42nd Street, not in some modeling studio, not in some studio somewhere private, just take the photos and have them printed. No, in the middle of 42nd Street, in the middle of New York City, with a gathering crowd around her and the artist painting her naked body. And then this African woman was like, where is her mother? Where's her family? What has happened?
Who has left you here?
Who has left you to succumb to being painted? And like, I understand body art, I understand all that stuff, but I do understand that it's a certain atmosphere where it's okay. I don't understand why in the middle of the street where you got young kids, old kids, pedophiles, sex offenders, anybody and on that platform just open to ridicule her, to videotape her. Anything you put online, once again, is public property now. And this young woman has her whole life ahead of her with her butt cheeks in the air. So the African woman stopped and was really, really concerned. And of course, because of the age we live in, she was like, somebody come get your aunt, and almost trying to flip it back on the woman and make the woman feel stupid. But she stuck her ground and said, no, like, where is your family? Something should be done about this. This is not ladylike, nor is it okay for this guy to be stroking against your nipples butt naked in the middle of the street. And a lot of people had mixed reviews on that. And I also, before I want to end that, I want to say that culturally, Africans and African Americans, Africans and Americans have different values when it comes to certain things. So nudity, one of them, is a westernized thing.
Yeah.
We don't publicize nudity. Our religions don't even advocate that we bear anything, talk less of full breasts and full buttocks. So it's like, we come from a culture where it's just so unacceptable. So that African lady, I could just picture auntie. I'm gonna call her auntie because that's my auntie. I could just picture, I'm like, hell.
Yeah.
Like, I almost double take, like, is she like